Welcome back to Carrick United Analysis. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. This is the place where Manchester United fans come to get honest, clear, and reliable breakdowns of everything happening at our club, both on the pitch and off it. No noise, no wild guessing, just real information explained simply so every single fan understands exactly what is going on. If that sounds like your kind of channel, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and let us get into today's story, because this one is a genuinely massive commercial announcement for our club. Manchester United fans, did you see the size of our new sponsorship deal? Because our club has just officially announced a record-breaking multi-year partnership with Betway, reportedly worth around £20 million per season. That figure alone makes it the largest standalone training kit sponsorship agreement in the entire history of world football. Let us break down everything about this deal, what it actually means, where you will and will not see this new branding, and why this represents such a significant commercial milestone for our club. Understanding the scale of this announcement, let us start with the headline numbers, because this deal represents a genuinely historic moment in United's ongoing commercial growth. Manchester United have officially confirmed a new training kit sponsorship agreement with Betway, reportedly worth around £20 million per season across a multi-year contract. According to the club, this makes it the largest training kit deal of its kind anywhere in world football. A genuinely remarkable achievement when you consider just how many major clubs across Europe compete for exactly this kind of lucrative commercial partnership. Announcing the agreement, United's chief business officer described the scale of this new partnership as reflecting the club's overall growth strategy, along with the enduring global strength and appeal of Manchester United as a brand. Think about what that statement actually tells us. Securing the biggest training kit deal in world football is not simply about the specific figures involved. It represents a broader statement about how attractive and valuable United remains as a commercial partner for major global brands, even during a period when the club has been working hard to rebuild its footballing fortunes on the pitch. Why did United go a full season without a training sponsor? Before we dig into the specifics of this new deal, it is worth understanding a little context about why this announcement carries extra significance. United actually operated without a training kit partner for an entire season, following the conclusion of their previous arrangement with blockchain platform Tezos back in the middle of last year. Going a full season without filling this specific sponsorship slot represents a notable gap in the club's overall commercial revenue, and it makes securing a deal of this new scale and significance feel even more like a genuinely positive step forward. Interestingly, reports suggest United's recent return to Champions League football played a significant role in strengthening the club's negotiating position during these discussions. Think about why that matters so much commercially. Major global brands looking to associate themselves with a football club want genuine on-field relevance and continental competition, not just historical reputation alone. Being back in Europe's premier club competition clearly helped United demonstrate real, current value to potential commercial partners, allowing the club to negotiate a considerably more lucrative agreement than might otherwise have been possible. This is a great example of how success and progress on the pitch directly translates into stronger commercial opportunities off it, showing just how interconnected these two sides of a major football club really are. Where exactly will this new branding actually appear? Now let us get into the specific details of where fans will actually see this new Betway branding, because the placement of this deal follows some genuinely interesting and strict regulatory guidelines. The Betway logo will be prominently featured on the front of the training t-shirts, jackets, and wider training apparel worn by both the men's and women's first teams during sessions at Carrington. This represents the primary and most visible placement for this new partnership, appearing across all of the training wear our players will use throughout their daily sessions preparing for matches. Beyond just training apparel, the Betway logo will also feature extensively around the club's stadiums on match days, appearing across LED advertising boards and digital displays at both Old Trafford and the Progress with Unity Stadium, home of United's women's team. This means that even though this deal is specifically classified as a training kit partnership, fans attending matches in person will still see plenty of visible branding from this new partner throughout matchday itself. Why the logo will not appear on matchday shirts? Here is where this story becomes genuinely interesting from a regulatory perspective, because there is a very specific and important reason why this new partnership will not extend to the front of United's actual matchday jerseys. The Premier League has introduced new rules preventing gambling companies from appearing on the front of matchday shirts, with these regulations coming into effect from this new season. This reflects a broader, voluntary agreement made across English football's top division. driven by ongoing conversations about responsible gambling advertising and the wider social responsibilities football clubs carry given their enormous public visibility and influence. Because of this specific rule, Betway's branding is confined to training wear and stadium environments, rather than being displayed on the front of the shirts our players actually wear during Premier League and Champions League matches themselves. Snapdragon remains United's primary matchday shirt sponsor, continuing to hold that specific, highly visible position on the front of our official playing kit. This means fans will continue seeing Snapdragon's branding during actual match action, while Betway's presence will be felt more strongly during training sessions and around the stadium environment on matchday itself, rather than on the shirts our players wear out on the pitch. Does it surprise you how carefully these kinds of sponsorship placements need to be planned around specific league regulations? Why training kit deals still carry such significant commercial value? Let us think a little more broadly about why a training kit sponsorship, despite not appearing on actual matchday shirts, can still command such an enormous financial value in modern football. Training kit deals might initially seem less prestigious compared to a primary matchday shirt sponsorship, but the reality of modern football media coverage tells a very different story. Players are photographed constantly during training sessions, with images and video content shared across social media, official club channels, and wider sports media coverage on a daily basis throughout the entire season. This creates enormous ongoing visibility for training kit sponsors, often on a near-daily basis, completely separate from the visibility a brand receives purely through actual matchday coverage. Additionally, training kit apparel is often sold directly to fans as official retail merchandise, meaning a sponsor's branding reaches supporters not just through media coverage, but through actual product sales too. When you combine daily training ground visibility, wider social media coverage, retail merchandise sales, and additional matchday stadium presence through advertising boards, it becomes much easier to understand exactly why a major global brand would be willing to invest such a significant sum specifically into this type of sponsorship arrangement. What this deal tells us about United's overall commercial strategy. Let us zoom out for a moment and think about what this specific announcement tells us about the broader direction of United's commercial operations under the current ownership and leadership structure. Manchester United has always been recognized as one of the most commercially powerful clubs in world football, with an enormous global fan base that continues to attract major international brands regardless of short-term fluctuations in on-field performance. This new record-breaking training kit deal reinforces that reputation, showing that even during a period of rebuilding under Michael Carrick, the club's underlying commercial appeal remains exceptionally strong. This also reflects a clear and deliberate strategy from the club's business leadership to maximize revenue across every possible avenue, while still operating carefully within the specific regulatory framework set out by the Premier League regarding gambling sponsorship. Rather than simply accepting a smaller, more restricted commercial deal, United's negotiators appear to have found a way to secure genuinely record-breaking financial terms, precisely by focusing this partnership around training wear and stadium advertising, areas not affected by the new front-of-shirt gambling restrictions. How this commercial growth connects to the club's footballing ambitions. Let us think about why this kind of significant new commercial revenue actually matters so much for United's broader footballing project under Michael Carrick. Modern football clubs at the very highest level require enormous financial resources to compete effectively in the transfer market, pay competitive wages to attract and retain top-level talent, and invest properly in training facilities, youth development, and overall squad building. Securing record-breaking commercial deals like this new Betway partnership provides exactly the kind of additional financial firepower that can help fund these ongoing footballing ambitions. This summer alone, United have already been busy in the transfer market, bringing in reinforcements like Yuri Tielemans and André Santos to strengthen the midfield, while continuing to explore further additions in other key areas of the squad. Strong, growing commercial revenue streams like this new training kit partnership help provide the financial foundation that allows this kind of ambitious squad building to continue without placing excessive strain on the club's overall financial sustainability. The bigger picture, gambling sponsorship in modern football. Let us take a moment to think about the wider context surrounding gambling sponsorship in English football more generally, because this specific deal reflects a broader, ongoing conversation happening across the entire sport. Gambling companies have long been significant commercial partners for many major football clubs across England, given the enormous overlapping audience between football fandom and sports betting more broadly. However, growing concerns about problem gambling and the potential influence of constant gambling advertising on young or vulnerable fans have led to increasing calls for tighter regulation in this specific area of sports sponsorship. The voluntary agreement among Premier League clubs to remove gambling branding from the front of matchday shirts reflects a genuine effort within English football to balance these commercial realities against broader social responsibility concerns. Deals like United's new Betway partnership show exactly how clubs are adapting to this changing regulatory landscape, finding alternative, still highly lucrative ways to work with gambling sponsors, while respecting the specific restrictions now placed on the most visible matchday shirt placement itself. What this means for fans attending matches and training sessions? Let us think practically about what United fans can actually expect to see because of this new partnership, whether attending matches in person or following training content online. If you attend a match at Old Trafford or the Progress with Unity Stadium this coming season, expect to see Betway's branding featured prominently across LED advertising boards and digital displays throughout the stadium environment, even though you will not see this specific branding on the shirts our players wear out on the pitch itself. If you follow United's training ground content, whether through official club channels, social media posts, or wider sports media coverage, expect to see the Betway logo featured clearly on the training apparel worn by both our men's and women's teams during their sessions at Carrington. This represents the primary, most consistent visual placement for this new partnership throughout the upcoming season. Why this deal represents genuine positive momentum for the club? Let us finish by thinking about why this announcement should be viewed as a genuinely positive sign for Manchester United fans, beyond simply the specific financial figures involved. Securing the largest training kit sponsorship deal in world football history, especially after operating without any training partner at all for a full season, represents real, tangible evidence of the club's continued commercial strength and appeal. Combined with the club's recent return to Champions League football and ongoing squad-building efforts under Michael Carrick, this deal fits into a broader narrative of genuine positive momentum building across every aspect of the club, both on the pitch and in the boardroom. For supporters who have understandably grown frustrated during more difficult periods in recent seasons, this kind of significant commercial success serves as a reminder of exactly why Manchester United remains one of the most powerful and attractive football clubs anywhere in the entire world, regardless of short-term challenges faced on the pitch. How should fans feel about this announcement? So how should we as supporters genuinely feel about this new record-breaking sponsorship deal? I think there is real reason for quiet satisfaction and optimism here. While training kit sponsorship announcements might not carry quite the same emotional excitement as a major player signing, they represent a crucial and often underappreciated part of how a modern football club builds and sustains genuine long-term success. The financial resources generated through deals like this one directly support everything from transfer market activity to facility investment and overall squad development. Seeing our club continue attracting major global brands willing to invest record-breaking sums into partnerships like this one should give every United fan genuine confidence in the underlying strength and continued global appeal of this football club, even during a period of rebuilding on the pitch itself. Final thoughts before we wrap up. So there we have it. Manchester United family, a genuinely historic commercial announcement for our club. A record-breaking training kit partnership with Betway, reportedly worth around £20 million per season, representing the largest deal of its kind anywhere in world football. While new Premier League regulations mean this branding will not appear on the front of our actual matchday shirts, fans will still see prominent Betway branding across our training apparel at Carrington and throughout stadium advertising at both Old Trafford and the Progress with Unity Stadium. This deal reflects the continued commercial strength and growing global appeal of Manchester United, providing exactly the kind of financial resources that can help support the club's ongoing footballing ambitions under Michael Carrick as we continue building toward a genuinely competitive future. Let me leave you with one final question before we close out today's video. How much attention do you personally pay to these kinds of commercial and sponsorship announcements? And do you see deals like this one as a genuinely important sign of the club's overall direction and strength? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. I read every single one, and I always love hearing the different perspectives from this passionate community. Thank you so much for watching today. If this breakdown helped you understand the full picture behind this exciting commercial announcement, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and share this video with a fellow United fan who wants to stay properly informed about everything happening at our club. This channel only continues to grow because of supporters exactly like you. And every single one of you watching is part of what makes Carrick United Analysis a trusted home for honest, reliable Manchester United coverage. Until the next video, stay informed, stay proud, and keep supporting this great football club. Come on, United.